Oh my, I love this so much. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but these things are so cool. That's adorable. Bree here, and these are some amazingly designed products that just make sense. So this toilet is designed to minimize water use. After you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands in the sink above it, and then that water is used to flush the toilets. So instead of having to flush the toilet and wash your hands using water those two separate occasions, it's just one. Oh my, I love this so much. These stoplights, the light extends all the way down the pole. Why aren't all stoplights like this? I always have such a problem if there's a semi truck in front of me or even just a really large vehicle. I can't see the light over them. And I'm just kind of relying on them to know when to go and when to stop. And I mean, normally that's not a problem, obviously. I just like to see it for myself. I like to know these things. Oh my, this is so cool. This is at a dog park. And it's a water fountain for both you and your dog. While you're getting a drink from the normal water fountain, the water will then run down into the bottom for your dog to drink out of. That is so smart. I feel like this should be at every dog park. Warning, if you hit this sign, you will hit that bridge. Yeah, this is a necessity. I have seen so many pictures of semi-trucks getting stuck under bridges, and I'm like, why don't you have something like this? This just makes sense. I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but everyone should do this. When you're assembling a piece of furniture and you have all these packets of all these different screws and things, and it's like, wait, what goes to what? This company labeled it with step 1, step 2, step 3, so you know exactly what package to open at which points. Why is this not a common thing? I remember when I was assembling this shelf back here, and it was not, those little packages with the screws and stuff were not labeled. It's like, use these screws for the long screws for this and the short screws for this. So I had to open all the packages and compare the screws to figure out which ones I was supposed to use. And then then I had multiple packages open, so I was afraid of losing pieces before I needed them. And if it was labeled like this, life would have been so much easier. Oh, this is really cool. So this is at a beach, and they have a blue carpet that leads out to the water, so you have something to walk on. You're not having to walk on sand all the way out there and sink down in it the entire time. But from a distance, it makes it look like there's a stream running from the ocean, and just has a really cool effect. I don't feel like this is as necessary as some of the other products we've seen, but it's still really cool. Whoa, okay. What toothpaste company does this? So they list out the ingredients. Wow, my screen keeps moving. So they list out the ingredients, and then where it comes from and what it does. Because normally, there's just that big list of ingredients and you're like, I don't know what this is. But this literally breaks down everything for you. This way you know, why all these things are in your toothpaste and what it's doing. I feel like that would also make companies think about the ingredients they're using. Oh, I don't want to list where this is from, and so then we might have better ingredients as a result. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this one. So the elevator's down here at the end of the hall, and the elevator button's all the way up here. So the idea is that you press it while you're walking to the elevator, and then by the time you get there, the elevator arrives. And that's great, but I see a couple potential problems. One, what if the elevator's already on your floor, you press the button, it opens, and by the time you get there, it's closed again. And two, most people expect the elevator buttons to be by the elevator. So I know I would not be looking at the wall as I'm walking up to the elevator. I'd get up there and be like, where on earth is the button? Oh my, this is super useful. So it's a cap to go on your prescriptions, and you can like write in there what the medicine is, what the dose is, and it lets you know the time since you last opened it. So if you're ever like, wait, did I take my pills this morning? You can check the lid and it will tell you if you've opened it in the past hour. I love this. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but these things are so cool and I feel like should be utilized more. There's this coffee place on the beach and they have the sign saying, if you collect a bucket of rubbish off the beach, then you get a free coffee. And they have the buckets, so you can go up, they'll give you a bucket, you collect garbage off the beach, then come up and you get a free coffee. And you've done some good cleaning up the beach. That is genius. This seriously falls under things that just make sense. These curtain rods, it's a separate rod for each side of the curtain and they overlap. So when you draw the curtains closed, they overlap nicely and you don't have any sun peeking through. That's how curtain rods should be, honestly. Okay, I feel like this is especially genius in a post-2020 world. This elevator has big buttons along the floor that you can press with your foot. That is definitely good right now. Oh, this is so cute. So this is not a road. This is a park that has like painted the sidewalk to look like a road. And the idea is to help young kids that are starting to ride their bikes learn how to ride on the road. I'm sure kids have so much fun with this, and it's also teaching them so that way when they are old enough to ride their bike along the road, they'll know like how to do it safely. I keep saying this, but this should just be a common thing. So you know at the crosswalk, you press the button on the light post to say, hey, crossing the street, and when it's your turn, it'll do the little walkie signal so you can cross. Yes, that's what it's called, a walkie signal. So you know, this has it where you can do that, but if you're elderly, then you can scan your ID and it will give you longer time to cross the streets. See, this I actually see all over the place, at least in restaurants, where you can open the door with your foot. Normally in the bathroom is where I see it. This is so genius. This is perfect like outside cafes, at theme parks. It's a normal bench, but then the center you can raise up and make into a table. And I just think about times that I am at like a theme park and I go to one of the booths and get something to eat and then walking around and finding a bench to sit on, but not having a table. And this would be so nice to have. Okay, this is really simple, but still really smart. So in this car, all of the ports where you would plug things into glow when you have your headlights on. Kind of like, you know, all the buttons will glow and the fuel gauge, that's the word I'm looking for. The inside of the ports will glow, so that way you can find where to plug stuff in. Oh my, this is so cute. It's a joint swing for you and your child. There's the baby swing, but there's also an adult swing. So instead of standing there pushing your child, you can actually just swing along with them. That's adorable. This should be in every parking garage. The line extends up the wall so you can see as you're pulling in. I want to know which store has this because I feel like this is counterintuitive to how most stores would like to conduct business. It has like a calculator on the card, so as you're picking out items, you can add it up to make sure you're not spending more than you want to. I feel like most stores wouldn't do this because they want you to lose track of how much you're putting in the cart and overspend. But this is really awesome that this store does this. Oh my, this USB drive has a gauge on it to show you how much space has been used up so you don't have to plug it into the computer every time you need to check how much space you have left on it. That is awesome. I can't tell you how many times I have so many USBs and I'm like, okay, I need to store this on a USB. I'm like, which one of these has the most room on it? I don't know. And then I just have to plug a whole bunch in to find the right one. This would be so helpful. Yes, please The fitted sheet has a label saying which side is the short side. I don't know if you have ever tried to put a fitted sheet on a bed. It is so hard to tell which side is short and which side is long. So hard, nearly impossible. Oh, this would save me so much time. This is a spoon rest that doesn't get dirty because it props up the handle instead of the dirty part of the spoon. Which of these products was your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, and if you want to keep watching, there should be another video popping up right here. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe to become a part of the Ineffable community, because you are ineffable.